Hey guys, Bobby here today. Hey folks, today I'm going to show you real quickly how I make a rubber stamp, okay? And we're going to use our XTOOL D1 Pro and our laptop here that we have Creative Space downloaded on. And I'm going to show you how we make a little stamp, so stay tuned. Okay, what we're making today, folks, is this N and this P, okay? And we're going to actually carve that out into a piece of rubber and make a stamp out of it. Now, what I had to do, I done a couple test runs here to where I got the height of my letters like I wanted them, okay? Now that I have it like I want it, we're actually ready to go ahead and burn into some rubber, okay? But first of all, I want to show you how I set up a file to actually carve one of these stamps out, okay? Now over here, if you'll, you can come close for just a second so they can see the height measurement right here. This is the thing that I play with until I get the size of the letter like I want it. Okay. So right now, oh, hold on. You can see this is our little project right here. It looks real small. Let me make it bigger where you guys can just see it a little bit better until we get to the point where we actually need to bring it down again. Let's make it big where we can really see it right there. Okay, now notice that the black is on the outside of the letters, okay? Because that's the part that it's going to burn. Now, what I did to make that happen was this little button right over here. It says invert, okay? Let me tab that off and you'll see that it'll flip-flop back the other way. So now it wouldn't be making a stamp. It would just be grinding those letters into the rubber. It wouldn't necessarily be a stamp, okay? So invert is what you need to do. And you also have to do another conversion. You got to reflect it. And in this software, your reflect button is right up here, okay? You click on that, and then you click on horizontal, and look at there. Now it's set up like you can read it, you know? So when you do a stamp, the two major things that you have to do is invert it and reflect it, okay? If you don't do that, your stamp's not going to turn out right. So let's go ahead, let's go right back over here. Let me flip these back. Let's go ahead and get our reflect back like we want it, okay? And let's go ahead and put our inversion back in place like we want it, okay? Go back up here to height. And I remember that the measurement I had in there was 0.455, okay? Uh-oh, I messed up. Let me do this right quick. Let me go down here and drag this back below an inch. My decimal point will be where I need it to be. Because for some reason it doesn't like it when I do it that way. So I'm going to hit backspace, 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 and go 455, okay? So now we're right back at that little itty bitty one that I showed you at the beginning, because that's the actual size that we need it to be. So stay tuned, and we'll set the X tool up. We'll get the rubber underneath there and get this thing burning. Okay, let me bring you back over here to the computer right quick. I think one thing I failed to mention with the when you're engraving rubber, there's actually a recommendation of settings in your X tool information that'll tell you that your power setting needs to be full strength on 100%, and your speed needs to be at about 40, okay? Because this rubber is actually very difficult to cut through, okay? And I will probably make about 4 passes to where it cuts that rubber deep enough to where it makes a really good stamp, to where those letters will really emboss out there really good. And it's amazing how tough this rubber actually is. So let me go ahead, and I just want to show you that right quick. Bring the camera right over here. I'm going to show you, we've already got, I laid a piece of board in here with the rubber on top of it. And I've got everything already set up at the correct spacing. And let's just frame it. We're going to hit framing right here right quick and just double check. Okay, bring the camera right over here. I'm going to hit the button, and you're going to see it's going to make a little square out the size that it's going to make. And I just want to make sure we're good with rubber all the way around. and I'm trying to use the minimal amount of rubber as I can so I can make more stamps. So it looks like we're good to go. I can test it one more time if you guys want to see it do that again. It looks like we're good to go right there. And we are going to go ahead and hit framing complete. We are going to go right into process. It's going to show us exactly what it's going to cut. See how it's cutting the black and it's reflected. So we're good to go. We're going to go ahead and hit the start button, and then let's move the camera right back over here, and I'm going to go ahead and hit the button, and I'm also going to turn on my air assist. Okay, I have my air assist hooked up, and that's going to help blow out all the it just helps the laser do better. Okay, it helps keep the burning down to a minimum. So we put the laser air assist on just about everything we do. So stay tuned. We'll see what it looks like after it makes a pass. Okay, guys, I am going to hit the process again button here. And let me go ahead and hit start. And this here is actually the 4th time that we are making the pass, okay? I'll take a quick peek at it after that. And I may end up going one extra pass, I don't know. 4 to 5 actually works really good on these stamps. Okay, guys, let's check this thing out. Let me cut the air pump off so we don't have to hear that. But I have made 5 passes, and as you can see, I think it done a really good job, okay? So now from this point here, I'm just going to show you what we do after this. I take my scissors, okay, and I'm going to try to cut on the outskirts of this all the way around. I'm going to try to cut it right there in that crevice as neatly as I can. And then we'll come right over here, do the same thing. Just like so. Just like so. Okay, now, hopefully that'll release and let go. Well, I got to cut it just a little bit more on this side. Don't want to lose my little piece. All right, so here we go. Now, I'm going to take and cut this end off, just like so. And then we'll cut this off as well. So we are left with this right here, okay? I'll lay it here where you can zoom in on it a little bit. Go ahead and zoom in, let them see what it looks like. So we have a nice embossed stamp there. Let me try to straighten it up a little bit, make it look a little neater, a little bit more square. I'll just square it up a little bit more, right there, and right here as well, okay? Now what we're going to do is we're actually going to glue this onto the end. I cut this little piece of wood out. Should be about the right size, and it's close enough, okay? That's definitely close enough, because I know what the customer's using it for. It doesn't have to be like so small that he's got to get into a corner or anything. That's actually going to work out perfect. We're going to glue that on here. But before we do that, okay, I want to go ahead and do something really cool for my customer. So let's bring this back over to the XTOOL right quick. And let me get this board out of here. Slide it out of the way. Okay, I'll just move it back there for right now. Let me get the height set on this. And if you guys have never seen this before, there's a little kickstand that kickstands down. So now we got the height set. We're right there on the little kickstand. We're going to tighten this back up. Okay. I say we are. I think we're out of range right now. We're going to have to try something a little bit different. So hang on just a minute. Okay, guys, we're going to engrave the NP onto the end of this thing, okay? So first of all, let's go right back over here to the computer. To do this, we want it to where you can read it normally. So we want to go back to the file, and we want to take the inversion off. So take invert off, and we want to change our reflection back like it was, okay? So, so let's go back, because we want it to read like it normally would. wood. So now if we take our little thing off, and you can see we're actually going to be engraving the N and the P where you can normally see it. So now let's go back to framing, and let's go over and see if we can get this framed out. Now this is going to be kind of tricky because I am going to have to maneuver this thing right here on the end here, and I think about right there ought to be good. So I'm going to hit framing, and I'm watching my little square here, and I want to see if it looks like it stays on there, and I think it does. I think we're good to go, guys. So watch this. We're going to go ahead and uh-oh, something happened here. What was that? Okay, I don't know what that was. Anyway, let's go to process. We're going to go ahead and just process this bad boy right quick. And this will just actually take one pass because we're burning right into wood. So I'm going to hit start. Let's go over here and hit the button, and we'll show you what this looks like in just a moment. Okay, let's take a look, see what this looks like. And look at there, guys. We got our little N and our P right here on the end of it. And what I want to do, that helps the person using it to make sure they're doing it the right way. Okay, so we are going to glue this on here now. Make sure we got it turned the right way, and we do. Okay, let me make sure I'm not going crazy. Okay, da-da, da-da. Okay, we're good. Got a little confused there. And what I have found that works the best, okay, is good old 3M weather stripping adhesive, okay? That's what I found works the best, and you really want to let this stuff set up a good while. This rubber, it's kind of hard to get things to stick to it good. As you see, it kind of really don't even want to go on there too good, so you kind of just put a thin coat on here that you can. And see, it don't even act like it really wants to even stay that good, but it will. I've done another one of these, okay? And then we'll go right here on the wood, and we'll put a very thin coat on here as well. Just like so. Get down in them little pores. And then we will stick it on here, okay? We'll stick our piece of rubber on here, and we will let this sit for several hours, okay? And one thing I found on the other one, as it starts to dry, you might get a little air bubble or something, and you'll actually add a little bit more pressure to it, and it'll pop the little air bubble in the 3M adhesive. So you may have to do that as well. So just check back with it in a little while, and I just kind of wiggle it. Just kind of wiggle that stuff in there. Make sure it's getting good and spread. Don't worry about what's oozing off the outside of it right now. We can always peel some of that off once it starts setting up a little bit. So guys, there you go. There's your little stamp. That's how I do it. And I know my customer is going to be very happy with that. Thank you for stopping by today, checking out our little video on how we make a stamp. And hopefully you found the information very helpful. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Have a great day, and we'll see you next time. Take care.